Do you think it's getting worse, Ollie? What have you made of it?
Well, I'm so proud of Gareth again there. I was horrified seeing Nottingham Forest. One complete lunatic did that to Billy Sharp, and how cowardice was. It was terrible. He wasn't even looking. What? You've just got a chance to get promoted. Your team hasn't been doing that well for a few years. Why don't you just run on if you're going to run on and just celebrate? Why break the rule anyway and get on there? So something's got to be done. And do we want to go back to putting cages around them? That's not fair. It's not right, is it? So surely it's about behaviour. Gareth is right there. I don't feel the world is the same after COVID, because we're not all meant to be sort of locked up at home, are we? We're very social people, but we've got to take responsibility for the people around us. And if we see this action, we shouldn't put up with it. We should do something, and the consequences have to be so severe that it stops them in their tracks. And is 24 weeks in prison enough? No, it isn't. Not for that. So I have no idea what we can do, but I'm asking, as a human being, as a football person, please think about football first. Think about, I want to take my grandchildren to games so they love the game like I do. I'm too scared to do that at the moment. So please make it a safe environment. It should be for families, and if you're one of these fellas who wants to get all aggressive and shout and bawl and bang your chest, well, find some other place to do it and arrange it with people who want to do the same as you. Don't pick on innocent people. It's just so wrong.
I think players and managers now are going to be looking at the final whistle and thinking, all right, run in. That's probably what it's going to come to, where you're on the pitch and you're like, I hope I'm on the opposite side to the dugout, because it's going to take me longer to get out to the dugout. Look at Olsen, the Aston Villa goalkeeper. He's probably thinking, no chance I'm going to get assaulted. Like, Man City have just won the league. No chance I'm going to get hit. And some coward hits him as well. Just strange behaviour.
I had this as a Bristol Rovers player manager. I went to Bristol City and we equalised in the last kick of the game. And their fans, one of the first times it happened, actually spilled all over, and I knew they were coming at me because I'm a Bristol Rovers man, and I managed to outrun them, but one of my players didn't, and I shouted at Joe Jordan. It was nothing to do with Joe, he was their manager, but I lost it completely because I felt that on the pitch, you've always been safe. Doing your job, you felt that you were safe, and that worried me. That was 25 years ago, and now this is coming, isn't it? I remember Brian Clough cured it at one time at his ground when he elbowed someone who ran on. He got three of them, he hit three of them, and they all apologised to him on telly after. Sorry, Mr. Clough, I lost it, but can you imagine that now? Patrick was attacked the other day and he's sort of defended himself, but there's no way that you safely can. And stewards can't control that situation. If people are going to get on, they're going to get on. And what are they? I'm asking them now out there, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Please don't do this.
If the punishment was higher, like you're saying, Ollie, not just what happens when you go to prison, perhaps also if your team is docked points, for example, and if that sounds like too much of a punishment, that's probably going to dissuade the majority of the level-headed fans, so they're not going to want to do that. And then the small number that perhaps still want to do something like that will make it a lot easier for stewards to deal with and maybe stop them in their tracks. But when you're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people coming onto the pitch, sometimes thousands as well,
I think
stewards can't do anything.
Being banned for life would put people off, I feel, and that doesn't make sense with the Nottingham Forest fan. Like, your team could be playing Premier League football next season, the first time in over 20 years, and you're never going to be able to go and watch a game when you do come out of prison. So what a stupid thing to do. So that should be the punishment, must be for fans. You come on the pitch, I don't care if your club stayed up on the last kick of the game or to win the league, you're done. Even the Man City game the weekend, fans jumping on the goalpost and breaking the goalpost, it's not a good look, is it?
But my whole point is the real Nottingham Forest fans have been wounded by this, because we all look at that Nottingham Forest club that gets labelled with that behaviour. That is a Nottingham Forest fan who did that, and you can't hide from that. So what are we going to do about that?
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.